What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today's video, where you might be able to tell, we are in Sebring, going over the famous bridge. And instead of just doing media, I got the FRS with me. We are going to be drifting the turn 17 section, or this side of the track, and Sebring for the very first time. So I am very stoked. This is very exciting. I've wanted to drive this track for so long. I've always been, honestly, a little bit scared of it. But today we're gonna break that fear. So I just wanted to give some context of why I think Sebring is so cool, and not everybody knows this, which is always crazy to me whenever I tell somebody this and they're hearing it for the first time. Sebring Raceway, as it's known today, actually was originally Hendricks Army Airfield. Now, this was an airfield that was developed in World War II to specifically train on pretty new airplanes. It was the B-17 Flying Fortress, the B-24 Liberator, essentially some of the bigger bomber planes that were used in World War II. My grandfather was actually in some of the B-class bombers in World War II late in the war. So my grandfather didn't actually train here, but it always reminds me of him, reminds me of the history of this place, and just how stellar it is to be able to, do something so cool with this place. I like to think my grandpa would have thought it's pretty cool that we're drifting on it today, but he was also the type to need a Snickers every now and then, so you never know, he might cuss me out for it too. Either way, I miss him. I'll always have an awesome connection with this place, and I hope you can now appreciate the history of what is now one of Florida's last remaining racetracks. Race car driver if you don't do this on the racetrack, right? This is so cool. We're going to be launching literally from the bridge that comes from the big old straightaway on the back stretch. Maybe it is third gear. Faith in third gear. It's a little bit more.
Alright, let it.
tried two things there. I was trying to be a little more tame on entry. That way I could hopefully do third through the transition of that big sweeper. I'm realizing I just cannot. So I gotta go as far as I can through the big sweeper third, downshift at the end of the sweeper, then go for the transition and through the rest of the course. I mean, it could be too my clutch is slipping. I do keep smelling clutch, but the worst thing at racetracks is like you'll always smell it. There's always one person, you know, whose clutch is going out. So I started smelling that smell again. And then let me just get in here. Get in here with me. Smell that? So yeah, the clutch I was smelling, definitely me. Which isn't entirely surprising. It's like a 100K mile clutch. Almost 100K mile. And the turbo definitely isn't helping its duration of life. Alright guys, so despite my better judgment, I think I'm gonna give her one last proper send, or you know, last couple laps. It is what it is. Gonna be cutting today short, and I don't think that's necessarily a big deal, considering how long this car has gone without like any big breakage, you know. So it's pretty cool that this car has done like 3 years of drifting and like no major fault that like stopped it from drifting beyond the clutch wearing out at 94,000 miles. So yeah, very unfortunate, but I'm also very grateful for how much drifting I've gotten out of this thing. So all in all, today is not a bad day just because we're frying a clutch. It's gonna be a pretty dope day regardless. It's not even noon yet. Competition for Pro-Am starts soon. On that wall, and that's what I'm so worried about. With the clutch not grabbing as hard as it usually would, I'm facing a wall with not as much propulsion as I usually would have. So like, that was just scary right there for a second. Shitty day in a sense of the clutch going out, but you know, got so many friends here, it's gonna be fun no matter what. I'm stoked I even got one lap on Sebring. I'm stoked I completed even one lap on this layout. It's really fucking cool.